All right, I made some changes. This is version 3 now of this option pricing tool. It's only for long call options. Doesn't really work great for short strategies or ones where extrinsic value matters because I'm only looking at the intrinsic value, the value at expiration. Both of these two graphs actually show the same thing, but to make it more apparent what it's showing, I just made it where you could just type in the stock price in one location. You don't have to type it in for all of them because it works really best if you're comparing the same stock. So the black line on this graph and on that graph are the stock performance. Since the stock doesn't outperform itself, no matter what price it's at, it's always a multiple of one, of its own value. The options can either underperform the stock or outperform at these prices. And again, this is worst case, like at expiration prices. So you can see that flat line and kind of understand how everything's related. A 2x would mean that the option was bought, for example, it was bought at an equivalence of the price of 15 shares. So if you could have bought 15 shares or that stock option, then if it goes to a 2x, the value of that option, you could actually trade it now for 30 shares. You could sell it and buy 30 shares even with the stock climbing. So this is the outperform of the options versus the stock, which is kind of the whole point of an option anyway, would be to outperform the return of the stock. Otherwise, there's no point in that leverage risk. So you get to see the crossover point, for different multiples here, and it's asymptotic. It's going to level out at some point. This graph on the right is more of the standard approach, way of thinking about all of this. So you see, again, the same colors. The black line is the stock itself at different prices, how much of a return it is. At about $4,000, it's about 1,000% gain, which is an 11x. Another really important thing to realize about these two graphs is all of the intersection points are the same. They're exactly the same. So we can see this. Let's try to see where the blue line crosses the green line. So that's going to be between 1,000 and 2,000. We'll type all that in, and we can even zoom in a little more. And so you can see here, it's just over 1,200. Let's call it 1,240. And on this graph, you can see the same exact thing. So that's really just the price at which one option would overtake the other in performance, both in terms of total return independent of the price of the stock, just purely looking at the option return, and compared to the stock itself, that outperform multiple. The link for version 3 of this tool is down below in the description. Please give any feedback you can, and thank you for watching.